Welcome viewers.
Yes, welcome viewers. This is Wadidja. What did you do? What did you think? What did you enjoy? And here we are with another Warframe video as we continue to enjoy Plague Star event and see what kind of goodies we can get from, the vendor. Well, Nakak. Nakak. I always mess up that child's name. Anyway, but yeah, have some good viewer discussions. See who may want to join me for a couple of runs. Hey, Quentin, good to see you. Yeah, how you doing there, fellow Tenno and fellow clan member?
I have received word from Kanzu. The infested
welcome.
that once threatened the plains of Eidolon. It has grown back, uglier and more putrid than ever. Remain on standby. I may need you at a moment's notice.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and enjoy some Plague Star and enjoy some good discussions. I mean, because we got a lot of good stuff coming up. Because I mean, the dev streams happening where they get to actually announce to us, what's about to happen with all the good updates we're about to receive. The next dev stream I believe is Thursday. So yeah, it's going to be good times ahead for sure. So let me slip over here real quick to see this and check to see what all's going on with
I could join in 2 hours. I just got to wait for my dad to sleep.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, I might not be on, in a few hours. I mean, I'm thinking to try to, roll this out maybe about a good hour or two. Life's roller coaster. Let me tell you, life's journey, it's a roller coaster. Trust it. I mean, everybody's doing everything you can imagine on it. So yeah, it's some wild times for me, and it's a lot of priorities to juggle in the midst of everything. So, gonna have to keep this broadcast fairly short, or shorter than my typical 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hour broadcast. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit more like last week, where it's like a nice 2 hours or so. See, Nakak. Want to see what all may be trying to go for here. It is unfortunate I didn't get a chance to really capitalize on this unlimited forma essentially you can get by just grinding this out. But it's all good. I mean, we gotta take it how we can get it, pace it how we can, and yeah, that's what's up. I do need to get a few more of these. So it basically takes, 5,000 standing to get anything, in my opinion, worth mentioning. As far as something that I would like to have. Let me move my camera out the way here. Because, this event is I think this is the second time this event came about. And this helmet might not be too bad to get. I mean, it's not all that great. It's okay. Decent enough for to have an option to it, So yeah, so I'll see how many we can get. To me, I like grinding out the first mission. It's real quick, eat in and out. Don't have to really think too hard about it, and it's done. Versus fighting the Hemocyte, Levantis. Sigils are kind of cool, but I really don't do the sigils too much. Plague Star got the meteor hitting.
Well, I'll be the bug in your cancel like Pinocchio.
It's all good, man. Yeah, be the Jiminy Cricket on the side. It's all good. Appreciate you tuning in. But yeah, I kid you not. So we got a lot of, like I said, good stuff to look forward to that the dev stream will be letting us know. Like I said, let me just double check on the date here. I believe it's going to be on the 25th of this Thursday when they have the dev stream. And, they'll be talking about the new fungi, Warframe, that we're supposed to get, which they sort of teased. Looks to be a fungus-related Warframe of some sort. Perhaps it may be fun as well, as far as some type of humor or, gesture-like theme to it. We'll see for sure. And of course, they'll let us know what's up with the
Let's get to work.
the next update too, involving Teshin and the training aspects that will come about for Tenno to know how to use the various different modding system, which is going to be great. And of course, they're going to let us know what's up with to expect and how to prepare for the old piece when that hits. And hopefully, if I'm not mistaken, they will give us some information about.
Hello there. How goes it?
Hey, Rose,
I
good
made
to
a
see
hard
you.
and sad distinction.
Good to see you, Rose. Welcome, welcome. I made a hard and sad distinction. What's hard and sad about the distinction? But yeah, they'll let us know too what's up with the operator rework and how possibly to prepare for what's in store for the new Waybound system that is going to come out. Well, the new way as far as this ultimate ability that we'll have, and give us some more news about like I said, the rework on the operator, and hopefully let us know what's going on with the drifter too, because I believe that the first rework as far as the outward appearance of the operator and the drifter, it's just going to be on the operator. And the connection to the host was lost. What? Okay. Actually, let me go ahead and do like
some
a
spider mommy ability to the hound.
I subsume spider mommy ability to the helmet. Oh, great. That's good. Let me go ahead real quick and set up a chat thing on my PlayStation so that my vocals don't go through to Warframe, because people be acting funny about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they act like they can't just mute somebody right up here. And like I said, everybody can mute anybody when you go into a mission. But for some odd reason, they just too lazy to scroll up and hit mute. And they just be acting like they're about to lose their mind, or somebody has committed some ultimate sin because they're talking on the mic. And it's just like, if you don't want to hear what they got to say, just mute them. Like, you don't have to get all indignant and shout profanities and all kinds of other ignorant shit. Anyway, so, but yeah, setting up a little chat thing for myself cuts that out. You know what I'm saying? And, because, I mean, it's a rare, super rare occasion that you hear anybody chatting or communicating during a mission. Yeah, it's just how it is. Whatever.
Hi.
Hey, Omar, good to see you. Good to see you in chat. What's happening?
And they are brown people.
Yeah, for the most part, you'd like to think they grown and know how to and know what's up. I mean, but yeah, you can't mute yourself in Warframe, so you have to mute the other individual. So anyway, but yeah, like I said, looking forward to this next dead stream. It's going to be a banger. You know what I'm saying? As far as what to expect and what's going to happen.
Maggots want my toxin. Stop them!
Hopefully they're down there doing what they need to do.
Good night.
But yeah, I tell you now, it was an interesting topic that came up. I mean, it's come up periodically, talking about my channel, and it's just mad awesome that everybody's supported the situation. I've become partner.
Baby.
Yeah, that tends to happen. But it's like since becoming partner, it's like wanting to get improve my channel, build it even more, become even more successful. You know what I'm saying? And it's interesting how I've had a couple of people make some proposals about how to go about getting more viewers and more subscribers and what have you. And it's like, you know, for like, I don't know, probably maybe like 10 months or so. It was a good stretch of time. I'm waiting for them so that I don't take the elevator up without them. But it was a good amount of time where I was multitasking platforms, social platforms, trying to get the name of the channel out, get people interested in the content. And, you know, I forgot I could just go up here. I was, you know, putting out shorts, you know, based on my long form videos, which I still, you know, do.
Piece is around the corner.
Yeah, Omar, that's what's up. Like I said, this dev stream, this Thursday coming up is going to be the one to let us know what to expect with all that. But you know, I was multitasking on the different platforms, trying to, you know, get the name out, you know what I'm saying? Taking my shorts, reposting them on, you know, was it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you know, I didn't have Discord at the time. They need to put the thing in. Okay. And what I noticed was that I wasn't really receiving.
I still don't know which month of fall the quest is coming out, probably October or something.
Right, we don't have an official date yet, but it will be this year. Don't know exactly, because, you know, they got several little updates to put out. You know, they'll be putting out the fungi, and then they'll also, too, be putting out Teshin's, basically, you know, quest to teach people how to mod, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a lot of stuff happening. And then also, too, like, they're going to be releasing the 3 new proto frames, and, you know, of course, one of them's the Warframe, the demon frame thing, I believe, is going to be Uriel. So, yeah, it's a little bit happening before the actual release of the old piece. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, so, like, basically multitasking and putting out different content across different platforms to advertise for YouTube really didn't pan out the way you would think it would. You know, the amount of time and the effort, because, you know, I like to respond to all my comments and do the tags and the hashtags appropriately, you know, all that stuff. But it's like I noticed once I started focusing on YouTube and just, you know, putting out more, using that extra time that I would multitask for the different platforms, putting out more content for YouTube, you know, just focusing a little bit more on the comments, because like YouTube now has basically become, you know, has done what all the other social platforms has done, you know, as far as like making it a community space and, you know, engaging conversations, yada yada yada, through you know, various different means, you know, whether it be the video itself, whether it be comments, whether it be your community posts, you know, so like, and then plus too, with YouTube being my main focus, and the fact that the other platforms, though you can become monetized with them, you can get revenue from them if you become big enough, it was just way too saturated and also too a little bit too new for a lot of these other platforms, whereas YouTube has become the main go-to, and everybody else is kind of trying to compete with it, you know. So, but the thing is, it was like,
Turksta is coming out, FRST, the fungi is coming in fall, and the old piecesta is an unknown date.
Right. Yeah, that's basically what I was saying, for sure. That's what we're looking forward to. Like I said, this Thursday, they'll let us know all the deets on that and what to expect. But like I said, what's interesting is that by focusing on YouTube, I noticed my channel grow. I mean, way more than it did multitasking. And it's been great, you know, having that singular focus. And but the thing is, like I said, I've been having a few people talk to me about, like,
quest gonna have some story on LT, or it's just teaching you how to mod?
Not sure. Not sure what to expect on that there, Omar. Not sure. I thought it was going to be part of the old piece. but apparently it's not. It's going to be something completely separate. So, you know, we'll know a little bit more Thursday as to what to expect in the way of its release. So we're going to hack the drone. Where's the drone?
Bomb ballists. Make use of them.
Okay,
Next,
here we go.
you attempt to take control of it.
And
it's going to into those Teshin.
Yeah, it's going to involve Teshin for sure. That's what's up. You know, with it. You know, he's the teacher element of things. But is this thing going to move? What's going on here? Why is it just? This is a lure. That's not the that's not the thing. That's not the right thing. Where's the drone? That is the lure, not the drone that we need. Hold on, let me fix.
Teshin dead in Duvri and the new war?
Dead in a manner of speaking, but he's not dead. I mean, that's why we have this apparition that appears in the relay. His apparition appears in,
instead of him being
Duviri.
To the queens.
Yeah, he's his ties to the queen are over once he sort of quote unquote dies or whatever, and then reappears in Duviri, and as an apparition that appears in the relay station. It's different for different Tenno depending on where they are in the timeline, basically within the flow of the universe of Warframe. Where is this drone? Yo, where is the drone? What the fuck? Why are we not seeing this drone? Did they find it? That ain't it. That's the Eidolon door. Are we at the right objective? Fuck. Yo. Where be the drone?
I still don't understand, is he dead in Duvri or not?
It's not so concrete about being dead. Yes, he's dead in the way that he was, but he still exists. Put it that way.
It would be easy if could help.
Yeah, well, I mean, like what's funny is the last time I ran this, I wasn't even the one that activated the drone, so I don't explicitly know what the damn thing looks like. Is that it? This is where we're supposed to go. That's where we're supposed to go.
I'm talking about Teshin from the Duvri paradox, not the new war.
It doesn't matter whichever point you're talking about Teshin. He exists. He exists in a physical form before he's killed. He exists once he reappears in Duviri, and then there's an apparition of him that appears in the relays to still do what he always did. So I wouldn't worry, in my opinion, too much about.
Someone found the drone.
Yeah, I see that. In what aspect okay, that's what it looks like. Okay. Alright, I just gotta remember what that damn thing looks like. I wouldn't worry too much about in what manner that he exists. Just understand that he exists, and he still does what he always did as far as interacting with the players and offering them advice and helping them out and to understand themselves, which is why they decided to make him the teacher as far as guiding everybody to know how to mod correctly. But yeah, like I said, Warframe's eternalism, there are a lot of ways in which a person can still exist. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Antibody production has escalated.
You know, just enjoy the ride.
Response.
So we say. But yeah, so
He got impaled in Duvry, and when I finished Duvry he came back saying the same line when he met him.
yeah, that's just something they need to improve on as far as his dialogue options, I would say. Right. I like I said, I don't get wrapped up in too much into those certain little particulars. I mean, realize that the point and place and time that he's going to exist will be relevant to what he'll say. So yeah, he may still say the same things because, you know, what he may say in the relay, because that's the point in time and place that he exists in the relay and what he would say there. He's going to say something different in the Viri because that's the point in time and place that he exists in the Viri. You know, and then also too, we'll deal with him when they give us this like little quest thing where we learn how to mod things, and of course he's going to probably say some other shit there too, because he's more than likely going to be existing in a different point in time with the mod situation. I'm guessing. I'm not sure, but more, you know, definitely he will be saying different stuff. So yeah, sometimes it can be confusing for folks playing Warframe, you know, with those little oddities, so we say. But you know, it's nothing to really fret about. You know, it'll be alright.
Stay down.
But yeah, so like what I was mentioning earlier about the channel and trying to get new viewers to it and what have you, and to you know, grow the channel. A lot of people have often said that, you know,
I started playing Mass Effect again.
Oh, good, Quentin. There's a lot of things to enjoy from Mass Effect as far as playing it's concerned.
See what she has for you. We're all in this one together, you know.
You know, a lot of different variations of gameplay you can have with it. A lot of replayability, huge. So the thing is, like, it's interesting to me, I don't know, moral, ethical question, like, as far as the channel is concerned, because to me, and I think it's probably relevant to everybody, to each person, as far as how they want to handle their own channel. But like, I want to grow my channel sincerely and authentically in a way that, you know, how it's shared or recommended and how viewers may come to find my content. Like, I wouldn't want to inflate the situation insincerely, because like, I had this one guy like explain to me, because he does promoting various different social media people and getting them to have you know, bigger channels and this, that, and the other. And he was like, yeah, what I can do is you know, get these people to you basically pay them $1 per share, or like 10 shares gets $1 or some shit like that. 10 views plus 10 shares will you basically get paid for watch your content. You get paid to share your content. And I'm sitting there going, well, that isn't very authentic. And I mean, and you get in, like, he was like, oh, we'll get, you know, X amount of 1,000 people and blah, 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 you know, and like 50,000 subscribers, just these wild ass numbers, which I have seen other people do on their channels. And it's sort of like, how they do it, you don't necessarily know for sure.
Talking about when Teshin said the line in Duvry, you're thinking this is real or some fevered dream.
Well, it's real enough in the Viri, put it that way. But the thing is I you know, like, if people were being paid to watch my channel and people were being paid to share, you know, the point of my channel to get the name out, when other people come to my channel, they're gonna be like, hold on now, like, is this really as hype as, you know, is seeming? You know what I'm saying? You know, how is it, you know, this don't add up. Like, you got, and then also too, like, if my channel grow too fast off of nothing really, like, you know, regardless of how much like extra content I may put out, because that was the other thing too. They're like, well, you want to boost up the amount of content you're putting out and the amount of shorts you're doing and this, that, and the other, to, you know, to help cushion the inflation of extra views and shares. And I'm sitting there going, like, I appreciate the admiration that people give me as is, and I mean, I know my content, the way of it. I've kind of found my own little niche in the way that I role play and the way that I have my head canon for the game and the way I share my views with others and respect other people's views and I like knowing, like sharing. I like them sharing with me as well, their experience. But and I love the role play element that, in 1999 and what I do with my Excalibur, being my main in that regard. But like I said, falsely inflating the situation, I don't think is a good idea. I mean, it's just not sincere. It's just not authentic. And again, like, I've seen various different people when they watch other people's channels, like, bug out when they realize that they've been, like, falsely advertising, falsely promoting their thing, using bots to respond to comments, using bots to watch their comments, or even, other people paying to boost their situation. And, clickbaiting and all this, that, and the other. Like, that's just not my bag to do. I don't like it. And I like to provide what I like and what I would think other people would enjoy too, sincerely and, like I said, authentically. Like, this is me. Like, I ain't no fluff in the situation. I'm not, advertising nothing that ain't gonna be for real. That's the reason why, like, with my
focused on sub views, I just like to do what I like without making people pay to watch. I don't like that people have to pay to W.
Yeah, exactly, Quentin. Like that I can't imagine how that is going to go over well with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically BS and bullshit in the situation and having people, baited into a situation. Like, I don't know of anybody that likes that. Now, I know some people that will be okay with it. We see people all the time are okay with various different broadcasts and clickbaiting, falsely basically advertising some shit in one way or another, generate more hype than it's worth. And they're like, oh, but we like them, so it's okay. And, or it's just, or people will agree with, like, well, it's the way of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the time for people to do that. And it's like, well, it don't mean that you have to join in on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like I said, it's like what I want from my channel, I think I'd like to think matters to the point of people appreciating my sincerity and my authenticity versus clickbaiting them, falsely building my channel to make it seem like it's bigger than what it is. Like, that shit just ain't cool for me, in my opinion. And I mean, and one of the things I want to do once my life circumstance, the roller coaster, slows down a little bit with how wild things are, and like I said, I'm putting it politely without going through a lot of detail. I want to, appeal to DE and be like, hey, I'd like to be an official content creator. Not exclusive, of course, but an official content creator. And I think
support people if they are actually doing good and not just milking their viewers.
Right on. I appreciate that. That's my bag too, And I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, appeal to DE, put in my little, letter to him, be like, hey, I want to be an official content creator. What do you think of my content? How do you feel about me doing that? And I think, if everything goes well, I can't see why they would say no. And I think at that point in time, I will gain, more attention to the channel authentically. And, I'll have some extra benefits too for viewers too by being an official content creator for DE and Warframe. So to me, it's an evolution. It's a thing to nurse along the way. But yeah, if y'all got any opinions about all that, please let me know, because like I said, my thinking is, people going to appreciate the authentic aspect of it and not the fake, not the funky mess. So yeah, I mean, But yeah, it is really interesting because it's a trip how it's so much a thing to, you know, falsely generate hype towards a channel as long as you're getting some potential exposure, and that negative attention is just as good as positive attention, you know, and that to me is kind of whack. Like that to me is not the case. You know, there's no such thing as bad publicity. That's another way of referencing the point. And to me, there is. You know, there's being famous, and then there's infamy. Infamy is gaining notoriety, or in a way that is negative. You know, and yeah, I just ain't with it. I ain't with it like that. So, you know, I think time will tell, but I think to me, you know, the slow burn, the slow build is better than a false one. That's for sure. And I mean, like I said, the commenters on my channel from people that, you know, have enjoyed my content, you know, have kind of echoed a similar point to, like, you know, enjoying my authenticity and enjoying my sincerity, and, you know, finding it refreshing versus all the extra BS that kind of goes on that I don't particularly care for either. So, you know, yeah, it was just an interesting point to bring up, because I mean, like I said, I from various different folks of some interesting influence out there and knowledge that they're like, oh, but you could be so much bigger, you know, if you just pay these people to do this, or if you just do that in these ways that, like I said, that falsely inflate my channel. And I'm like, nah, dude, like, you're not really paying attention to how I became partner. You know, because, like, and what's funny is some of these people recommending certain things, they're not partnered with YouTube. Their channels aren't that big, regardless of what they claim they're doing, or this, that, and the other. And it's sort of like, well, when you become partner, let me know how that goes for you. Hey, Bandito! Hello there! Bandito Sarez, ¿cómo está usted? Yay, man. Good to see you in chat. Yeah, like I said, Bandito, I was just talking about, like, you know, building the channel authentically versus, you know, trying to pay people to hype my channel up, or to, you know, gain false views. Not really false views, because physical people would actually watch it. They wouldn't be bots. I mean, and there are people that use bots too. But, like, you know, basically they're hyping it up because they're being paid to do so. And to me, that's just not cool. Like, because when people get to the channel, they're going to be like, how'd you get so many people so fast? Or like, why is everybody hyping this up when it's not really hype? You know, and it's like, you know, yeah, I have found a little niche in what I do and how I do it. And I admit, you know, certain things may not be the apple in everybody's eye, or it may not go viral per se. But then again, there's a lot of things I haven't done yet that I plan to do. Like, I got like a whole page list of various different ideas and topics for broadcast. And you know, we got a lot of hot content coming up, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's going to be a lot of opportunities where I get to enjoy the role playing and the my headcanon, as you called it there, Bandito, which is a very appropriate reference for how I apply my mind and my role play to Warframe's lore. That's just going to be Bombay. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff, man, I'm looking forward to doing, where as it comes, as it evolves, I would like to think that more people will be attracted to the situation, and it will build as it to me as it should, you know, rather than in a way that would be false, you know. So yeah, we'll see. You know, I mean, I'd like to be here for the long run.
As a good person, trusting, helpful, selfless, really nice person. If you get to know me, but do stuff and give me no respect, that is.
You see what you say? But all right, yeah. Well, you know, that kind of comes with wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That comes with time, perhaps. You know, depending on the individual. You know, you're what? You just turned 16, right? So
Just some stuff about me.
What's up, Felitino? Right. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You gotta let certain things roll off your back too. You know what I'm saying? You know, be that reed in the wind that will blow against, that will bend against the circumstance, bend around it, be flexible, and just realize certain people sometimes get off a negative intention, and they're trying to get something negative out of you, and they're basically sadists, plain and simple. They like getting off of somebody else's pain, in one way or another, even if it's emotional. So, you know, just don't buy into certain shit. You know what I mean? Just don't entertain it. You know, keep your own peace about yourself. You know what I'm saying?
How's everyone doing?
So yeah, rolling with it, Nesta. You know what I'm saying? Life's roller coaster's wild, baby. I say you got everybody doing everything you can imagine on it, but you know, taking a nice sweet refrain from some of the extra attractions on my roller coaster ride, you know, the broadcast. I'm glad I'm still able to commit to it once a week at least, and you know, share things with you all. But how about yourself, Nesta? How things swinging for you? Oh, hopefully strong, strong and hard. Hopefully all as well as can be.
Would like you to make his life.
Yeah, you good over there, Nesta?
Well, more.
You enjoyed some of this Plague Star?
Toxin secured. Be prepared. Vahek knows what we're up to now.
Vahek. All his rudeness.
I am directing you to the location of a Grenier chemical mixer. Use it to prepare the toxin. The mixer is inside that vault. Clear out the area so we can use it.
I didn't know that First Descendant made their own version of Octave.
Octavia? What do you mean, Luna? As far as her doing the music thing? Yeah, she's kind of actually based off of some of the other characters that are out there with some of these gacha games. There's some other characters out there that are similarly styled with a similar type of power aspect of things for buffing other characters, you know, and this theme around music. Is that who you're referencing, Luna? Yeah, she just came out with the Ultimate Descendant for her thing.
There will be tears before bedtime.
Yeah, Luna's cool. You know, they've reworked her a little bit since she first came out. A lot more effective. Yeah. Luna.
This boil will cleanse Cetus of the filthy Alstron rats that infest her walls.
That sound nasty.
Should I try the First Descendant again?
I mean, I'd take your time with it. I mean, you know, one thing I've been doing with the First Descendant until I decide to want to cover it again on the channel is just logging in and just taking advantage of the bonus rewards. Because the First Descendant, they have a way of trying to pay people to play the game. Like, I've never seen so many login reward type situations in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of ridiculous. And you know, but they pretty much have their allure to the game is sex selling. You know what I'm saying? That you know, the sexy skins, the sexy look of the characters. You know, the what do you call it? The simp aspect is what they're playing off of. And I mean, they're still trying to really get their gameplay and their lore and storyline together. I mean, there are moments that are enjoyable, but overall, they still got a lot of work to do. They're still in the infancy, in my opinion. And, you know, so yeah, like, it ain't nothing like Warframe. Like, you know, they got a long way to go, even though they've, like, borrowed a whole lot from Warframe's situation, you know, in the way that Warframe does what it does. They still trying to do it right. yeah, it's just, it's like I
They
said.
need to change a lot of stuff, in my opinion.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They need to get a lot of shit together. They need to stop making everybody else's mistake. Like they're famous for like, oh, we know that this does not go well in the gaming community. For
I've seen nothing of
and then they want to make the same mistake
stuff.
again.
See nothing really of all the new gameplay features. I guess they cope.
Yeah, I mean, they have some things that are skimpy enough. You know what I'm saying? They have things that are, it's definitely far more revealing than what you'll see in Warframe. You know what I mean?
Grapple Hulk.
Yeah, I mean, the movement system in the game is like, there's nothing thrilling about it. I mean, sure to give you a grapple hook, but whoop de fucking do. Like I said, they got some work to do. They got some work to do. It's just that simple. And now this is an interesting thing that I noticed in the trailer for the old piece when it was showing us the gameplay. When you saw Excalibur Prime fighting the huge colossal sentient Warframe, basically, and that it looked like he was using the Parazon to grapple and fight the huge Colossus.
The grapple Hulk so much.
I don't know if he was using the Parazon to grapple to anchor points that were sort of preset in this sort of that battle, or were they adding a grapple aspect to the Parazon, which would be great if they did, because to be honest with you, like Valkyr's grapple, they could replace that with something a little bit more functional, to be honest with you. It's okay, but with the movement system in the game, the grapple that Valkyr has is kind of like, who's really going to be using it that much? You know, it'd be cool if they replaced it with something more functional and then added the aspect of the grapple to the Parazon, similar to how we have, the extra combat abilities with the Parazon now. It would completely make sense, especially the way you see the Parazon being extended in combat. Like, why not just allow you to grapple to a particular point and combine that along with your movement speed? It's the Paravon. What? It's the Paravon because you like it that way. Are you using that text to chat thing, voice to text thing? Because I'm not sure what exactly you were saying there with that. But yeah, like I said, that's one thing I noticed. Like I said, in that combat footage with Excalibur Prime fighting that Colossus, he sure enough was using the Parazon to go between the legs of the thing and to do various different movements in that combat sequence. And like I said, I don't know if it was just anchor points that you could use in the combat. They've added another little dynamic. It's called the Parazon. Parazon. Fuck, I'm probably pronouncing it right or wrong.
Let's get back to
we'll look it up when we get out of here. But I believe it's called Parazon. Parzon. It's in our armory is what we equip everything with, when we go after the Sister of Parvos. Yeah, Parazon. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I was saying it right. So, at least I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. But, like I said, it's to me, if they're doing that, if what I saw was correct in that demo gameplay footage, that to me, that's going to be badass. Now, it'd be nice if it's just like, it'd be okay, like if it's just an element that they've added to the battle sequence where Excalibur Prime is using the Parazon to hit grapple points. But if they add grappling to the game, and to me, DE is famous for going, oh, okay, you want to be a competitor, or I see something that's notable to add to the situation, similar to how, like, when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, they were like, oh, okay, let's give us a horse of some sort. And then the next thing you know, you flying with the horse too. They made it their own. And I can completely see them going, oh, okay, first thing they want to be a competitor, right? Wow, that's cute. Oh, you giving us some ideas? Oh, Wiki used the grapple idea. Same way they gave us the Omniforma after the First Descendant decided to have, you know, the ability to allow you to have multiple polarities or mod, yeah, it's not polarities in First Descendant, but basically with like Warframe, they have these symbols of polarities for their mod slots, and you can do multiple ones for each mod slot. And so DE was like, oh, y'all didn't know we had that on the drawing board for a minute. Okay, we'll go ahead and roll out the Omniformer. And similar thing with the new sniper rifle that came out where it's raining down thunder. You know, I feel like the First Descendant inspired them to add that kind of mechanic to the weapons in Warframe. Shit. So
in charge of supply distribution until this strangeness is at
I think it's really cool that, you know, DE is on the game with staying competitive, and I think that, you know, adding the grapple ability to the Parazon is going to be one of those things. I mean, we'll see soon enough. We'll know what's up for sure, but that was one thing I ain't see any of the broadcasters talking about or noticing how Excalibur Prime for real. Like, you see him, he is not bullet jumping. You see him throw out the arm with the Parazon, and it latches hold of the side of the cliffside and pulls him towards it. So, and then you're going to be adding wall running too. Oh, dude, this is going to be off the chain. So basically, because like, what was that? Titanfall? Something like that. But it was this game where you get in this mech and you can jump out of it, wall run and grapple to different points. Man, they about to just movement system in Warframe about to blow up, in my opinion. I mean, the wall running alone is going to be great, but they add the grapple with the wall running on top of our park. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bandito's going to be hype. And see, like, to me, these are the things like where I was talking about earlier about like how I've built my niche and on YouTube and my sincerity, my authenticity. Like, I don't know if y'all see it. I mean, I think you hear it. I've heard people comment it, but like, yo, I'm not just going to talk about some obvious shit to you. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of people out there going to talk about the obvious shit.
Is okay, but I don't see any UAS for a grapple because that's the most basic and lame thing in my opinion, or we can do a Django Fett we.
Yeah, but Quentin, like, it's broaden your mind, okay? You know, like the first Total Recall where all this words like, open your mind, Quentin, open your mind. Let me trust me, bro. Add parkour that we have in Warframe, which is some true parkour shit, raw running on top of the fucking grapple hook Parazon, bro, that shit's gonna be off the chain. That's gonna be off the chain. Tell you, dude, fuck yeah. Cause like, there it is right there. That's the Parazon. I got the optional skin on it. But that's just going to be Bombay because like to me, like, watch this. This one thing I like to do, because you can like highlight your weapon and come up to your character and they'll keep the weapon in their hand and they'll do some old.
That Total Recall scene scared me as a kid faced with tears of joy.
With Quattro coming out of his stomach, yeah, that shit was a trip. Dude, they made a hilarious parody on that Venture Brothers cartoon. But the point is that you can, you know, highlight a weapon and then you can just scroll back up with the weapon, highlight it, and they'll do various cool little stuff just holding the weapons. But the thing is, you can do that with the Parazon too. So if I just highlight the Parazon, come up, hang on. You don't want to hit anything else, just come straight up to the character name.
I have 5 kids to feed.
Right, I got 5 kids to feed.
I have a feeling the grapple is only for flashy moments in the quest, but I hope I am wrong.
Right, exactly, Doctor. Yes. Good to see you in the chat, Fellatino. Yeah, right, I feel you, but it would be like I said, it'd be okay. It's nice if that's just some extra little flash that they have for the fight sequence, but if they add the grapple on top of the parkour, that's going to be special. But yeah, like I said, when you highlight the Parazon, come up here to your character name, you know, character like that.
4 kids to feed now.
You got, right, he kept changing it. You got all these movements and maneuvers that they do with the Parazon. That, of course, equates to how they can use it in combat. But to me, it's a nice tease to the direction that they can use this as a grapple type situation. Like, why not? Why not? So, I mean, now, grant you with DE, they tend to bring things out in stages. It might just be like part of a battle sequence with the Colossus, and then they add in the grapple capability throughout the rest of the game. And they're like, okay, we're going to add it as like a sequence within this battle. We get, players' feedback and see if that's something that they may want us to do. I mean, DE's real strong with, testing things out, seeing if everybody would like that before bringing out the bigger picture. And, of course, sometimes switch hitting or jumping off of a situation if it's not that popular, or changing it altogether. But then again, too, they've got a host of things that they can bring back that has been popular, like, for example, the Solar Rail conflicts. I hope they do that again. That was a lot of fun. And hopefully give us another little revamp on the whole PvP element in the game, because it is enjoyable. And if I think that they give it a little bit more love on the point, it'll be even more popular.
Why not use it like a secondary melee weapon?
Well, the Parazon technically is like that, when you can do finishers on enemies with it. For example, like I have on my build, I was just in there. Why the hell did we put that? Like for example, I use what is this called? Arcane Escapist, right? So you can use your Parazon to go ahead and take out enemies when you see that bar hit, and you can insta kill them with the Parazon. This gives me extra lives on the stack. So 3 stacks give me an extra life, a life, for example. And you can get 9 stacks is basically 3 lives essentially, with you using your Parazon to finish the enemies with. So that's already a thing, and that was great that they added that.
Oh,
but yeah, so
like Lowe's from Cyberpunk 2077.
I'm not familiar with that. Although I'm familiar with Cyberpunk 2077, of course, but I haven't played it because I get motion sick playing first-person games. But I can watch certain people's content if they're not moving the camera around all funny. But I'm not familiar with what that is in 2077. But yeah, so like I said, it's like I said, I like. No, the show. Oh, you mean the anime? Oh, I'm still not following what that might be. The Loci? Loci? L-O-C-E? I don't know what that is. But yeah, no, Edge Runner. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, that shit. That was badass flick. Love that anime. But like I said, I like paying attention to the subtleties, that to me aren't just necessarily subtle. They're big hints, big wins as far as like what's up with Warframe and the stuff that's going on, the role play element of it, the lore, and because there's enough people that's going to talk about and cover the obvious, and then make the obvious seem like it's some old extra special shit, and you're sitting back going, okay, but did you notice, like I said, when people talk about, the old piece, like they like I said, I put up some shorts and some videos dedicated to it. Like I'm telling you, the old piece is letting us know that this is part of the first dream for the Tenno. Seeing a lot of people like, they're reliving their memories in the past and this, that, and the other. I said, but yeah, pay attention. Okay, Lloyd, how about these corrupted memories? Why are they corrupted? Because they were in a dream-like state, similar to the second dream. Because the second dream is where they forgot that they were human, all they knew of themselves as was Warframes. They forgot they were even chosen as part of the Zeraman because of what happens in the old piece, because of what happens to them from their first dream. And like I said, showing Margulis all
her yellow engineer stern where she slid up the Cyber Oni rider.
Oh, I don't really recall that action scene as vividly as you do. But yeah, I need to watch it again though. It was good. I'm sure it was a few points that I may have missed, but I only watched it once. But yeah, you seeing Margulis already blinded. Like I said, Margulis, she was an Orokin. And you gotta realize what we know of the Lotus being what she is. She's Margulis, she's Natah, she's also an agent of the Void. Yeah, I'll check it out, Quinn. And so I don't think Margulis was as Peachy King loving as you might think, because was it? It said that Rel was the one that blinded Margulis supposedly, but like I said, a lot of times they always mention it as we blinded Margulis, right? Either way, it was very purposeful in what they did because they could have killed her easily. And I think that Margulis got blinded. She was like, okay, we need to get a grip on these kids. We need to be able to also to help them harness their abilities and use it for Orokin good, bring them back to the love of the Orokin and the Empire. You know, the Drifter talks about that in 1999, how about, yo, before they killed Margulis, we was all good with what the fuck they was doing. So, bring them back to that love of the Empire, and also to bring them to loving Margulis and how she sees the benefit of them beyond what the Orokin do. And I think after she got blinded, they put them in the first dream to rid them of the trauma of, you know, the Zeraman, and to, is that a whisper? And, you know, allow them to use their abilities towards the Warframes. You know, Ballas decides that he's starting to put his plan into motion in effect. He makes this little piece with the sentience. He gets like a couple of choice Tenno, you know, piloting nothing but prime Warframes. That's what they show you in the trailer, all laid out, right? But you do get the hint of the fact that everything gets decimated at some point in time, because, like I said, like the operator says in the quest, she's like, Adis was a Tenno like us. Well, nah, Adis is working for the Sentience One, and they've brokered a new peace with the Orokin, and Adis is a new type of sentient. They're looking to see just how beneficial Adis is beyond just helping the sentients out and healing them. Adis, I believe, is providing a bit of an extra narcotic to help the Tenno be at peace, high basically, while they're in the second dream, while they're in their first dream. Because you realize the technology that produced the first dream and the second dream is a predecessor for the veil technology that Ballas uses in the future. Okay, so they're in this first dream, aiding Adis, right? Aiding the Orokin Empire and continuing to pacify the Sentients. The Sentients and Adis ain't fooled about what the fuck they are. Like that's why when the operator's like, it's hard to believe we were ever war. Adis like, yeah, for you, like you slaughtered, like Adis knows that operator slaughtered millions, I'm sure, multitudes of other Sentients. And then, despite the fact that the operator's getting high off of Adis' supply, because, you know, when the operator give Adis that biomechanical lotus and it lets off this little shit, this little, like, sparkle shits, the operator turn around, look up at the sky like, I'm high as a kite right now. But, like I said, they're in this first dream, and one of the big hints is that, like I said, DE, they like to ground what they do in elements of reality. That's what helps make shit so real or convincing and enjoyable. Like, for example, the eternalism theory is based off a real scientific theory, right? You know, the planets in the solar system and the star chart look like the planets in our solar system, the sun, everything. Well, guess what? The twin suns in the Tau system ain't blue. They're not blue. Blue historically also too has been it represents an element of falsehood because
he's really special sentient. We probably killed him and then the war starts over again.
Nah, we don't kill him. The war starts when you kill one of his brethren. When he's sitting there when Ada's sitting there going, don't kill him, don't kill him, I got him. When the sentient also too wasn't trying to kill the Warframe, right? But the thing is that the children are so psychologically damaged that even when they're trying to be good, basically, they can't help but be bad in certain ways, and that's what Adis takes off the mask. He takes off the front stage face. He's like, because if you notice, he calls the Tenno not Tenno like Tenno. He calls them TEN-. No, as if it's a slur against their name. It's similar to the way the Orokin like to call them 10 nothings and 10 zeros, and because that designation was given to the Zeraman after the children came, after they found the Zeraman, And like I said, there's a whole thing I have that I hope the E puts in on the lore about why the children of Zariman begin to call themselves Tenno, and I think it has a lot to do with how Margulis helped them figure out their abilities, because she found the proto-frame armor that Hayden Tenno wore. And he figured out a way to harness void energy, which became the predecessor for the Tenno ways. Yeah, Tenno. Yeah, because they nuts, bro. They crazy, bro. They lost their shit. And like I said, that has a lot to do with why Albrecht and Trotty mess with the strands of Craw. They don't explain this explicitly, but goes back in time and orchestrates events, whereas only our Drifter survives. Okay, but if you notice in this Kim chats, when he talks about how he had to kill his parent, not kill his parents, but he led to the death of his parents and survived the Zariman. Like, the choices you get aren't like all the choices that are described that the children ran around doing. So our Drifter is kind of without sin in the way that a lot of the other children of the Zariman were, and he's not as damaged psychologically from the situation as the way the other children were. And also too, he had eons essentially in the void to heal and to get over it. So like, yeah, I mean, like I said, the kids is messed up, you know what I mean? And even in the process of being in the first dream, and even being high off of Adis' supply, he still winds up acting on some type of unconscious motivator to protect his life, because he's the operator, or she, them, whoever, is afraid that, you know, they're going to be killed, you know, when they weren't. And like I said, Adis is like, I'm done, boom. And like I said, the fact that you have the rebel factions attacking the planet, which that to me is another aspect of violating the peace treaty, right? And the people, the rebels basically are the predecessors for the queens and their faction of things that come to take over after the Tenno slaughter the Orokin, or at least the you know, almost all of the ruling elite, you know, the executors, the 7 executors. So, like I said, Tenno's batshit crazy, you know, Margaret, and the events on Tau is what leads them to put them in the second dream, because they're like, the first dream ain't enough. We have to have them forget all of what they are, you know, in order to really have them under control. But the thing is that, and that's what leads to how they basically defeat the sentients once and for all. But once the Orokin do, they're like, look here, even though we got them in the second dream, they becoming too big, bro. People starting to worship them. Like, they starting to be hype on them, like, you know, because they the Billy badasses. They're damn near essentially immortal in the way of themselves. So we want to get rid of them. We want to be done with them completely. And Marcus is like, no, don't do that, because they have a greater purpose, I believe. But don't get it twisted. I don't think she loved him like you think, you know, because she's an Orokin, and she balances woman. Like she's his love interest. Like, he ain't gonna be with nobody that's a slouch, you know. And plus two, Ballas, he was orchestrating stuff from the shadows, so he ain't gonna openly oppose the Orokin. Either who, he got to kill the woman he loves, because, you know, she's standing in the way of things that the Orokin want to destroy them. That's the reason why, in my opinion, you see Tau obliterated the way you do. In the preview, you see Warframes laid the fuck out, because they were like, okay, you did what we needed you to do. You defeated the sentients, so now we're wiping the slate clean. And I think personally, because the children of the Zariman blinded Margulis, and because she might have suspected something with the Orokin too, she put a failsafe in the second dream protocol. Whereas if something happens to me, okay, it might have been in the first dream protocol too, but I'd say it's definitely in the second dream. Whereas if something happens to me, regardless of what that is, you children of the Zariman, you Warframes, because they think they're Warframes in the second dream, are going to destroy whatever that is that kills me. And I think, you know, even if it's yourself, Because like I said, they attacked her, blinded her. And what it turned out is that the Orokin were the ones who killed Margulis, so they slaughtered all of them.
In my opinion, the operator got too attached to the Warframes, and the drugs made them forget that they were just children and due to the TR.
No. It's literally in the lore there, Quentin, that the second dream was all about them not remembering who they were as human beings. That all they knew of themselves was as if they were the Warframes themselves, and were never human, never children of the Zeraman, none of that. And like I said, once they took out the Orokin, once that fail-safe protocol was accomplished, what did they do? They went to sleep. They had no purpose. Like the Warframes went dormant. The children never knew that they were anything other than the Warframe, so their consciousness slumbered in their bodies, right, in the reservoir type shit. And yeah, that's what's up. I mean, and the rest is history. Lotus then decides to want to awaken them again and give them purpose yet again. Lotus / Nata, mind you, all right? And I'm just telling you, all this shit makes too much sense. It may be some spoilers for some, but to me, it's not, in the fact that, like, I'm theorizing. I'm just piecing it all together. But to me, this is some honest hype for what we could possibly expect
Just like the Reapers from Mass Effect,
in things to come. What's just like the Reapers? What aspect do you think is just like the Reapers?
Keep them away, killer.
You mean, as far as them cleansing life forms? Right, until they're needed again type thing? Yeah. I mean, but with the Tenno in them, slumbering, it's just that they had no purpose after they defeated the Orokin.
Yes.
Yeah, they just didn't have any purpose. And so, yeah, I mean,
We've got hostiles.
it's like I said, to me, some people, are real big on, I don't want to spoil anything. Well, the thing is that the reality of the theories that I'm presenting hasn't come to be. Us seeing it, us living it live and true, that's going to be the thrill. Like, and I mean, plus two, like I said, it's just theorizing on the point. I'm not saying anything this is definitely going to happen, but to me, it just makes all too much sense. Because the other thing, too, a lot of people aren't mentioning with the sneak peek of the gameplay that we have for the old piece is like when the operator is standing before that, gets the alert that they need to be called into duty. The billboard behind them, the electronic screens flash and show the operator, not as you see the operator, not as, it looks like a criminal profile of the operator, a freaking mugshot. I mean, they look like they got an eye patch. I think the first dream got the operator think they got an eye in their head, or either they gave them a cybernetic one or some shit, who knows. But either way, you're seeing this mugshot look and like readout of this operator as if they're a criminal. Because like I said, the kids was batshit crazy coming out of that experience on the Zeraman. And it was doing all kinds of wild and shit. They was wilding out. But also too, bear in mind the Orokin are looking at them as criminals, so they may not have been as criminal minded.
Operator, I rather not to have the name Tenno.
Yeah, but like I said, we don't know. They have not unturned the truth of where the name Tenno comes from. And I mean, come on, Steve was super hype about bringing Tate and Tenno to Warframe. And so if he's on it like that, Hayden Tenno's going to have his name. If he's on it like that, Hayden Tenno's going to be coming from this element of the past from 1999. I think that he was one of the first of the of his experiments, and probably one where he was really tweaking it a little bit different to have a blend of the Void abilities and the Warframe abilities within a person. And that's the reason why he was able to manipulate the Void energy, come up with a predecessor element of the of the what do you call it? Shit, the 10 ways, okay, and used his proto armor to send a message to the future, and inscribed in the proto armor inscriptions for Margulis to find, essentially, and help the Tenno harness their abilities, okay? And thus, the children of the Zariman chose the name for themselves, Tenno. Hey, what's up, Rose? Good to see you in chat again. Yeah. They chose for themselves the name Tenno to honor Hayden Tenno and what they learned from him through the inscriptions in the proto armor, because that's already part of the game. That's in the lore. Just read the inscription of the proto armor. It talks about it, and as far as it being something ancient origins, blah 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 blah. But like I said, and so the children call themselves Tenno, based on the fame of their admiration for Hayden Tenno discovering the Tenno ways, the predecessors for them, in my opinion. And when the Oricans start hearing them calling themselves Tenno, they want to bastardize the name. They want to still keep the Tenno, you know, like little bitches, like, you know, y'all ain't shit. So you know, we're going to call you 10 nothings. We're going to call you 10 zeros or 10 no's, 10 TN hyphen no. And that's when you get the designation, the ending designation for the Zariman, because they're children of the Zariman. The Zariman 10-0, 10 nothing. And so that's my theory. Now we'll see what comes to be, you know, when DE really gives us the coup de grace to, you know, what's up with the name Tenno. But to me, that gives everybody everything that they're looking for. They're like, oh, okay.
How goes the grind?
Grind, you know, it's cakewalk there, Rose. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sticking to the first bounty, just breezing through it, you know.
And I believe that they also saw Hayden Tenno as some kind of person to look up to as a father figure. Just
yes.
Idea.
Yes. And the thing is that Hayden would be just as immortal as the rest of the proto-frames of the Warframes. But again, I would like to hope that Hayden Tenno never fully mutates into a Warframe. And they give us Hayden Tenno as a playable proto-frame in our arsenal. Like, don't just make it a quest. Don't just have him appearing somewhere. No. Do him something like they did with Umbra. Make him the one and only playable proto-frame in the game. Make his first 3 abilities versions of the Tenno ways, like combinations of Urnaru and Madurai, or you know, Zeneric and you know, one of the other ones. Bottom line is there's 3 different combinations of the Tenno ways as far as his first 3 abilities, and his 4th ability obviously needs to be an Exalted Glaive. And I mean, bro, Hayden Tenno will be the shit. You know, and it would just make all the best sense in the world for why we, the community, are called Tenno, why the children of Zariman are called Tenno, why they still regarded themselves as Tenno when they thought they were only Warframes in the second dream. Like, it gives all kinds of honor and credence to the name Tenno versus some slur that the fucking ass Orokin decided to call the children of the Zariman. That's just garbage, in my opinion. But it doesn't take it away from people in the community that like that element. Like, oh, okay, yeah, the Orokin call them 10 nothings and blah 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 blah. Which, like I said, you can clearly understand how they would potentially slur the name of Tenno in such a way.
Someone finds his body and they find a way to stop the mutation.
Yeah, I believe they're going to write something into that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what exactly they may write into the way of things. Like I said, Hayden Tenno is special, in my opinion, if they do it right. Whereas, like I said, he's something like an in between that of a Warframe and an operator. He has more control over the void energies, and if that's the case, one thing that a commenter helped hit me to was that the aspect about the void that's so phenomenal is that it can bring about a change of mind and also to a change of being, a physical being within a certain limit. Okay, and I think that's the reason why the children don't age, the reason why the drifter aged to a certain point and stopped aging. Elements of their immortality too along the way of it. There are elements of transference, transferring their consciousness in their body remotely. And the thing is that I would think that Hayden Tenno potentially was able to utilize that aspect of the void energy and not age or not mutate fully into a Warframe once he got a grip on what was going on. And because like the other proto frames in 1999, we realized, spoiler alert, so mute me if you don't want to hear it for just a minute, and I'll give you a thumbs up when I'm finished talking, that the Warframes the proto frames do go on to mutate to what we see in the future. So the events in 1999 are not a separate timeline. There is an isolated situation that will open up to the greater future of things within the Warframe universe. Because, Flare goes on to, more miserable. Yeah, Flare goes on to be Temple, Nova goes on, Kaya goes on to be Nova, Arthur goes on to be Excalibur. So, and like I said before, this because they don't have different stances for their Warframe versus their Protoframe. And the stances that we have, or the idle animations that we have, are a representation of their personalities. So, yeah, it's like that. The Kit Kat. That's the reason why. Why are my controls? Oh man, I hate that bug. That's some little bug. Okay, there we go. That's the reason why Umbra has a different idle animation. That's the reason why Zato skin has a different animation, because they were different people that were mutated into a Warframe, but also too the batch of Excalibur was tweaked a little bit so that it could also to maintain their individuality in some shape or form when they fully changed into a Warframe. Because most people, from what I can see, in the way that they have different skins representing different people, or even the Prime Warframes, they were different people who were mutated into a Warframe. And but the thing is that within the DNA code and the batch type that was used, it wasn't changed in a way for the individual to emerge after being mutated. The person that the batch type was based on is what was going to continue to be evident. So like I said, these are little things, man. Like I said, you peep it hard, bro. Like I'm saying, this is so much that's cool about Warframe, and so much that we can look forward to them fully unveiling about, everything in the game. What? Nice. There we go. So, we'll see. We'll see what's up. Did they not bring this thing over here? Where they at? Where's the thing? Who got the thing? Oh no, it's in there. My bad. I'm not paying attention to that shit over in the left-hand corner. My bad. I thought it wasn't in there. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. To me, my theories about the point, or my introspection into what could be, it's not going to ruin it at all. Like, I'm just going to be hyped as a motherfucker. I'm like, yo, is this happening? Oh! I'm going to be giddy as a schoolboy. So, I hear it, but I don't see the ship. There it is.
We've got hostiles. You promise.
Grenier will do anything to destroy the mixer. Stop them.
I would want a full-scale universal war against a new type of enemy. Make it like Mass Effect 3 but give us 99 choices.
Bro, Quentin, it's coming. It's coming. I mean, they've already been teasing the point of it when they talk about, what's his name? Prime. Caliban Prime. And the fact that he was designed to fight against these other external threats beyond just the sentience in the Tau system. So they're opening the door for alien life for us to really see a true element of alien life, because everything we've seen in Warframe, nothing of is really alien. Yeah, that's what they said this gonna be when they brought out the 1999 content. And like I said, they kind of encapsulate Warframe not in its entirety of its 13 years since it's been out, but within the last decade, the last 10 years, when they really, you know, got everything up and going. And a new era to me sounds like another 10 years. That's what's up. So enjoy the ride. Don't worry about the destination. Don't, you know, it's not like life. You know, don't worry about this, because once the destination hits, it's over, right? So, in one sense or another. So, yeah, we have a lot to look forward to, I believe. I really do.
It's kicking off.
Blind your ass. That's some cheap ass shit. Blind you and just shoot you. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot. I'm looking forward to it. And I mean, you know, like I said, I appreciate other content creators and what they do. All right. I appreciate what other content creators do, and you know, despite some of the obvious stuff that they'll hype over it, like it's good. And I mean, you have some really interesting individuals that do some deep dives into the lore of the game too, which I appreciate, because like there's so much to know in Warframe. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to hear what other people will comment on, what they'll highlight, what they'll remind us of. And it's great. It's great. Why am I over here? Oh, we're going over here. Why are we over here? Okay, we're just waiting for this thing to catch up. All right. So, you know, it's going to be Bombay. Boom. Yeah, I switched to this Brat and Vandal because I don't like the look of the Brat and Prime. And like, even though you can put a skin on the Brat and Prime, when you switch to the incarnate form, it switches back to looking like the regular Brat, and it doesn't maintain the skin that you have on the that you equip on the weapon when it goes into incarnate form. I mean, the stats ain't that much different, and I mean, to make, like I said, I like to combine aesthetics with function. So, you know, I like my role play, you know what I mean? So if I'm giving up a little bit of some stats because I like the look of some shit, I ain't gonna sweat it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna make that much of a difference. You know, in my opinion. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You have people out there that's like, well, if it's not the best, then the best is not, you know, if it's not meta, I'm not gonna fuck with it, and you're lame because you're doing it. Like, whatever, dude. This game allows you. They do not put all these systems in the game. They do not spend the time and the effort to try to balance things out the way they do. You know, there's people out here that are making MK1 version of a weapon bad to fuck ass. So whatever, you know. Like I said, I like enjoying it. I don't knock people for enjoying it the way they do, because that's what life's about. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you. Enjoy it. It's there to be had. But yeah, I just like the way this shit looks with everything. Like, total package. You know what I'm saying? Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that. Looking all good. Yeah. Saying. Form and function, and utility. But yeah, like I said, my role play and my author has him having this heightened ability to control the infestation. That's the reason why he can manifest this Zata Whisper. And of course, it's functional, of course, because he, I can have him as a weapons platform, Warframe. I mean, enhances all of his weapons and his abilities. Totally new, different damage type, which adds to my chromatic blade build. Like, it's a lot of function. If I'm caught in a way where I can't use my exalted blade, I can, but I still have access to that ability. I can use it to enhance my weapons. If I'm dealing with something out of range, the exalted blade, like, I gotta hold a defense. I'm just saying, it's just a lot of utility in Zata's Whisper. But trust me, like, I love teleporting games, and like, I still keep debating about just going to Raffle Advance from Calervo. But like I said, it's too limiting in certain ways where, like I said, I like to have this universal build, this anytime, any place situation with my gameplay, along with having the Omniforma, where I have build versatility. But the way I got it set up, like 95 or more percent of the time, I can take my my Umbra Excalibur, my other potential author, into anything. That's how I like having my build. So I'm not switching out, doing this, that, and the other. I'm not worried about shit. I just go and do. And now, grant you, everything's not. I mean, because of that, I'm not optimized to be doing the best damage or the biggest this or the biggest that. But trust me, I can survive anything that I throw them in. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do well. I'm going to aid in the team effort. My stats by the end of it are going to be second or third, if not fourth. So, like, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. And I get to add the role play of everything else too with it. Like, hello. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about.
Top shelf work, Surah! But it was not enough. Not yet. Hit it again. And keep hitting it till there's nothing but a hole in the ground. During these dark nights, Cetus is grateful for your help. The CAC will keep you supplied until we beat this.
The CAC. The CAC. What are we looking for in time? Okay.
You have not won, maggots. You have not won!
Yeah, we know you didn't win. You lost your nads, bro. With all that cybernetic shit. But yeah. Like I said, I really, really thoroughly enjoy what DE has done with Warframe. I mean, sincerely. I'm looking forward to more. Let's pop over to Nikak, see where we are on points. Standing. For the offerings, we're at 7. Cool. Alright, we'll go ahead and get this helmet. And... yeah, 2, so maybe, 3 more or whatever. We'll have enough to get another one of these. The Exo, everything. Where am I at with that? Let's see something for a minute. Was that a Zaw thing? What do I need? Shit. What's that say? I need 7 more to get that. Well, we ain't gonna get that. We ain't gonna be grinding out that much to get that. What do I need? 3 more to get that? Shit. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, with time, like I said, I'll probably broadcast till midnight, another 45 minutes. Like I said, I'm not thinking that we're going to get... Oh, I don't have that?
They'll charge you to use it. It's how some of these families support themselves.
I got enough to get it. Okay. Mother's Mask. I've seen some folks trick that out in some nice fashion frame, or as I like to call it, operator frame So yes, I could get one more of these. Is there anything else? Yeah, I mean, nothing much else is really worthwhile for me. Got all the ephemeras. Cosmetics. You know, they have so many other opportunities to get Falma in various different ways. You know, I'll be alright with that. Yeah, I'll just get however many of these I can get by the time midnight comes around. Let's drop a little bit short of that so that I'm ending the broadcast at midnight. Yeah. Now, it is cool you can get these wisps, which are used for like crafting and various different things like that. And I think you can also use them. I forgot all the different ways you use them, but these are the actual wisps, which is nice to get out of here. And they only cost what, $7.50 a pop? That's nice. Just round it off to 20. That's cool. Okay. See you later, Nepcac.
Ayo.
Yo, what's up, yo?
Couldn't get anyone to take that on.
You're lying. You're lying. You got plenty of people taking that shit on.
Beginning to think it would never touch us here. That it was a thing that happened out there to others.
Yeah, well, that was a rude awakening.
I need you to take Vahek's toxin and kill the boil.
But yeah, if there's anything anybody wanted to bring up or jibber jabber about, I'm all for it. I think everybody's equally excited for what is to come. Like I said, it's this Thursday. We about to know what's up. This Thursday, we will know what's up.
My toxin!
Got to add this thumbnail for the broadcast.
A two-bit despot with a mind half an inch wide and a face like a rejected skin graft. Khonsu would like you to make his life miserable. Well, more miserable.
Yeah.
I guess you gotta be host to queue up the objective faster by clicking in Ignore Nightwave. Cause I don't see the objective yet.
I am
There we
directing
go.
you to the location of a Grunier chemical mixer. Use it to prepare the toxin. The mixer is inside that vault. Clear out the area so we can use it.
I heard something. Was that one of them little critters?
We've got hostiles.
Bitches.
Stay down. There's a love.
Get the kneecap, son.
Keep them away, killer. That machine must finish its work.
Yeah, you could refer to me as something other than killer. A little disrespectful. I'm glad the blast of the ship kills them, and they don't just keep falling to the ground. That shit's a trip.
Grunier! Soon the Ostron rats of Cetus will flee! when they do, we'll hunt them.
But I love the way this shit looks. This infested look, I mean, definitely looks like something that might be coming out of like Metal Gear Solid or some shit. Or Resident Evil. A lot of people don't like the Zata Whisper effect. They be like, it's fucking with my fashion frame. Now, it would be nice if they allowed you to toggle that aspect like you can, like with, or you know, Rhino's,
So I have to get every gun in
roar.
Warframe.
Well, you don't have to, but it'll add to your master rank. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Just forget.
Just forget. Maybe I don't want to forget.
The mixer needs more time. Keep the Grenier at bay.
I heard it again. Is that a little critter somewhere? I hear something. One of the little wildlife of Cetus. 11 seconds. 9 seconds.
The Deathstream 189 trailer got me quite interested.
Yeah,
The
man.
little mushroom guy hopping around.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
though that's all was shown, what do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, it's gonna be hype. I was talking about it earlier. You know what I'm saying? The fun guy, you know, it's definitely gonna be a mushroom theme type frame. To be honest with you, some people are talking about it being like,
Weapons and Warframe, how much is VOS?
I have no
I'm
space at what?
speculating it might be a summoning frame that summons these lil shroom gremlins lol.
Right, that's what I'm thinking, Bandito. They're gonna be summon minions. Some people are thinking that it might be the Warframe itself that's gonna be all tiny like that, but
Steer it toward the boil.
nah, they don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. Now, like I said, the minions, if they're tiny, you know, that'll be great. That'll be cute. That'll be very fun in the way of itself. You know what I'm saying? But Quentin, you say I have no space for weapons in Warframe. How much is Vasa? Well, you use different inventory slots for weapons versus Warframes. And you can get those from the marketplace, and you know they award them too with login rewards and stuff like that. I mean, how much is Vasa? I don't know what you mean by Vasa. You mean Bosfor?
There'll be tears before bedtime. Scratch one.
I don't know what you're referencing. Oh, that was a weird little bug. It showed my my
I'm trying
Warframe
to
without
sell
my skin.
So I
Bosfor.
can get platinum.
I don't think you can sell Vosper to other players in the game. Vosper, basically, you break down your arcanes for Vosper with Lloyd at the Sanctum Anatomica. I don't. As far as I know, you can't trade Vosper. I don't see why. I'm not even clear like why D would even allow you to do that. You know what I'm saying? What are we looking for? Oh, we just purging it. Test it. Okay.
That's your lot.
Thought I heard something.
Fools! You tried to pop! It's glistening, magnificent.
Busting some caps. But yeah, the fun guy is going to be fun. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They're probably doing right to add to the versatility of characters and warframes in the game. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna be nothing that's gonna cause me to switch off from my Excalibur, for I'm the sword. But it'll be interesting. We'll enjoy it. Be cool to see what ability will be subsumed that we can subsume.
They meant to say it can be traded on the unofficial Warframe market.
Yes, remember some said you can.
I know we have Necros, but if the new frame is purely a summoning frame, that arcane made specifically for summons will work wonders for it.
Right. Similar to how it does well for Araxia. No doubt. Well, I don't know anything about the what'd you say, unofficial Warframe market. I don't know what that is. I don't know what the unofficial Warframe market is. I don't know how people were able to trade something that's not official in the game, or can be officially traded in the game. I don't know what they're hacking. I don't know that something about that don't sound right. I wouldn't fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. I mean, the thing is that you would have to break down your phosphor anyway. I mean, your arcanes. You have to break down your arcanes to get the phosphor anyway to potentially trade it in some unofficial way, which sounds like that would not be a good idea because DE get wind of that. They may not appreciate that point. And you know, you do better, in my opinion, just selling the arcanes or something like that for platinum. I mean, but, you know, to each their own, you know, do that shit at your own risk. But
https://warframe.market/.
Oh, that the Warframe market, that's for getting, that's for advertising what you want to trade,
yes,
and for getting a good. Okay, that's that. You can't trade anything that you can't trade in game on the Warframe market. That's just going to let you know what's available in the market, how much it is, and who's trading for it. But you still need to go to the game and, you know, go into trade chat and trade for it. As far as I know, there's nothing on the Warframe market that's going to allow you to trade something that you couldn't trade normally in the game. You know, yeah, I wouldn't sweat that point, in my opinion. Like,
of course, maggots.
And I mean, I can't imagine.
Advertise your items.
Right. Yeah, I can't imagine either. Like, you getting a lot of platinum off of that. Like, you know how many arcanes you got to break down to get Voss for? Like,
what I was TRTK.
What I was I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that just does not seem like a worthwhile investment of your time or your resources to fucking break down arcanes for Phosphor and try to trade it, even if you could. Like, you know,
more miserable.
You know what I'm saying? Do some chores in the house. You know what I'm saying? Work out a deal with your parents. You know what I'm saying? I washed your car, Dad, for $10 or whatever. Like, you know, like.
I am directing you to the location of a Grenier chemical mixer.
I would find another way to get that platinum. You know, spend wisely, save up. You know what I mean? You know, try. Talk to your parents, like, well, hey, if I get these good grades, you know, can I get a little something for my B, for my A's and my A pluses? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'd find more worthwhile things that coincide with your life that's not going to take away from your priorities. Like, for example, some chores or something like that. That's not really taking away from your home life, where you can still be home and negotiate that with your school and everything else. And especially if it's tied to grades, where your parents or relatives, and I mean, check around. Like, don't just limit yourself to your parents. Like, there's other people that are, want to see you do well and don't mind investing in the point of you doing well. Be like, hey, if I get certain grades for various different papers or report cards or whatever, can I get a little something to aid in my enjoyment when I'm not studying? Help motivate me to study and to do well. A lot of parents tend to do things like that, or family members, but to each their own. But either way, though, like I said, chores and I work cutting grass, painting something for somebody. They need something painted in their house or whatever. Like,
well,
what I mean?
to grind until the new update comes out. I would rather not to spend any money.
Right, then don't spend money. Just that simple. Don't. Grind, get some Warframe parts, sell those on the trade. That's all, because there's always people, like, even if you don't have a whole Warframe or a whole weapon to sell, you can still sell the parts, because there's people that are going to buy them shit so that they can have more full sets to sell other people. Right? Yeah, you're not going to capitalize on the full set price of a Warframe or weapon, but you can gain whatever platinum you'd like to have off of selling the parts for other people to sell for sets. Yeah, you can join me if you're able to now. Like I said, I'm only going to be playing for about another 10-15 minutes or whatever. I can pick you up at the end of this here.
Needs more time.
my Huros took him out. They're
on to us.
Kubro is just slapping them in half. That shit's wrong. What a way to go.
Dropped him.
My eyebrows are singeing just looking at that stuff.
Ayo!
Shove it into the boil.
A Grenier drone will serve as an optimal delivery system. I've marked one on your map.
Just the way that Huros is just slapping them in half. Yo. Ayo!
Let's get this show on the road.
Drone located. Hack in and insert the Thrax toxin. I'll steer it toward the boil.
That's your lot.
That's your lot.
New heading.
Ready, here I come.
Oh, well, Quentin, I think there's... Oh, there isn't a full squad. Yeah, try to see if you can join on me. I think it might be too late, though. You could try. Maybe too late in the mission.
Zone is hot. Watch yourselves.
I just realized there's only 2 of us in here.
Are you able to invite me?
I don't think so. Nope. Nope. But yeah, we'll be done this in a minute. In a few minutes, rather.
Okay.
Down you go. We've got hostiles.
Real fast mover.
The toxin has triggered peristalsis. Antibody production has escalated. Prepare for a massive immune response.
How's that? That sounds nasty. It's about to pop. It's glistening.
Top shelf work, Surah! But it was not enough. Not yet. Hit it again. And keep hitting it till there's nothing but a hole in the ground.
Am I going the right way?
During these dark nights, Cetus is grateful for your help. The cat will keep you supplied until we beat this. Go see her.
I can pick you up in a second there, Quentin.
No! No!
Me and the chosen kid got it done. GG there. Oh, he ain't even in. All right, let's see. Quentin. Base occasion. Come on down. Yeah, looks like we're really about you jumping in on my last one. Actually, wait, let me just check something real quick. Do I have enough? Let's just see. I want to. This might be enough to get one more thing, which would be good. Okay. Hopefully, I'll have 5,000 at the end of this.
You pay me in red. I pay you in silver.
Your deeds shall be rewarded.
Now this is more like...
First Vahek thinks, I will let this plague run wild over Cetus. Then he thinks, I will use poison to exterminate the infestation once its work is done. The quills see.
I didn't quite understand what you said there, Quentin.
For Grenier and Ostrono alike.
Said something about going
Warrior
somewhere.
needs to be destroyed now, before it becomes unstoppable. We know Vahek has Thrax toxin stored deep underground. We'll use that. One ill to cure another, eh?
It didn't spawn me in.
It looks like you're in. Let me know if you think I need to invite you again, but it looks like you're in the game.
Well, now, because I just got in the building.
Okay. You know. You'll be alright. Miss me, bitch.
Hostile contact. Engaging.
The Thrax toxin! The Tenno maggots want my toxin! Stop them!
See, that's how you stay invisible with the Huros and still open up crates and shit. Just jump into them. Parkour straight into the crates.
A mind half an inch
Breaks
wide
them.
and a face like a rejected skin graft. Council would like you to make his life miserable. Well,
I got the
more
canister in my
miserable.
hand.
Toxin secured. Be prepared. Vahek knows what we're up to now. I am directing you to the location of a Grenier chemical mixer. Use it to prepare the toxin. The mixer is inside that vault. Clear out the area so we can use it.
How's that?
Keep them away, killer. That machine must finish its work.
Okay. I think it was. I don't have armor piercing in this one.
You pranit.
This boil will cleanse Cetus of the filthy Alstron rats that infest her walls.
I like the OP aspects of playing on easy mode.
The Grenier will do anything to destroy
Boy, they
the
be
mixer.
screaming,
Stop
oh!
Target is down.
The mixer needs more time. Keep the Grenier at bay.
Here we go.
He's just floating. Retrieve the mixture.
It's ready. Now make that oil hurt, Doga!
Where we gotta go?
A Grineer drone will serve as an optimal delivery system. I've marked one on your map. Drone located. Hack in and insert the Thrax toxin. I'll steer it toward the boil.
Is this where it is? I thought you were standing by it. What's up with that shit? Where is the drone? Anybody see it? Mark it if you find it. We might put a waypoint down if you find the drone. That'd be nice.
Got him.
Okay, thank you. There we go. Appreciate it.
That's your lot. Off on a jolly, are we?
I was sitting there like, oh, that's right, I got my regeneration Tau Archon shard, and I was like, how am I regenerating health without transferring? I hear things flying around, but I don't see it. Yeah, let's see. Looks like it's like something up there to get.
Boom.
Shoot straight, bro. What? Oh, that's a player. Yeah. What?
It's kicking off.
toxin has triggered peristalsis. Antibody production has escalated. Prepare for a massive immune response.
Mess.
Takes care of that.
Raining down hell on them.
Colonel Maggots! You tried to protect these rats, but you will fail! And fail!
Danger close! Fire!
Ta ha ha. I really do appreciate how Warframe did improve the way enemies spawn into the game. Like, at one point they had them just appearing and shit, like way back in the day, but now they make sure that you don't see how they spawn, or they have something that they're spawning from rather than just magically appearing, which is good. Yeah, I mean, it helps keep you immersed in the game and not feeling like, you know what I'm saying, they just popping out of thin air.
That was some allergic reaction you kicked off. Quite a sight, Dino. Well done. During these dark nights, Cetus is grateful for your help. Nakak will keep you supplied until we
Nakak.
Go see her.
Nakak. That's what I figured. I always figured Nakak was a female. Sometimes I miss that aspect of the dialogue. Because the way them legging things they got on, like, I hope that wouldn't be a dude. But they missing the chones. Yeah. These dance moves is just ridiculous. Oh my god. Yeah, why isn't it queuing up to leave? How come we can't go home, Jonathan? Oh, here we go. I got some relics out of that? It's a nice little haul. Okay.
Well, I'll get back to Mass Effect if you're done.
Alright, cool. Let me just double check to see where I'm at here. Ain't that a bitch? Let me run one more. Cause like I'm 400 short. I think buying that little wisp earlier was what set me back. That's all good. Let me just double check. I don't think I have enough to buy one more thing. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, we're gonna run one more, and that'll do it.
Right on time, Surah. I see you. Let's get to.
So did you create a whole new character for this new run, or are you just choosing different power set for your Mass Effect run?
The infestation. I was beginning.
Are you shooting for a different type of ending? What's your goals for this new run for Mass Effect?
To others.
Quentin.
Naive. I need you to take Vahek's toxin and kill the boil. First, Vahek thinks, I will let this plague run wild over Cetus. Then he thinks, I will use poison to exterminate the infestation.
Did you hear me there, Quentin?
Once its work is done, the Quills see doom in its plan. For Grenier and Ostron alike, the boil needs to be destroyed now, before it becomes unstoppable. We know Vahek has Thrax toxin stored deep underground. We'll use that. One ill to cure another, eh?
Let me invite him to my party here.
I'm thinking of doing that later on after this play though.
Okay. Can you hear me in game or just through the broadcast? Yeah, I just sent you a party invite to my chat. Maybe that might help us communicate a little better. Hey, Quentin, can you hear me? Yeah, now I can hear you a lot clearer. Oh, really? Oh, hold on. Let me go get you. They just started. No big deal. It's no big deal. Okay.
Kanzu's favorite gun, Swazdula. Killer.
It is right you should take on this task. Success will follow.
You good now? You in there, Quentin?
The infestation. I was beginning to think it would never touch us here. That it was a thing that
How many playthroughs have you done of the Mass Effect trilogy now, Quentin?
Naive.
Did you catch that question there, Quentin, on chat? Bandito was asking how many playthroughs have you done of the Mass Effect trilogy? What? All 3 games 15 times?
First Vahek thinks, I will let this plague run.
God damn, yo, that's a lot. That's a lot of time, bro. I mean, but that's don't you have other priorities in life right now? Like, didn't you say you want to work on your scripts too, your story ideas for what you might want to submit to DE? I mean, dude, you could be like earning some money to spend in Warframe. Like, that's a lot of time to play. 15 times all 3 games? Like, you're not saying like, I mean, you're not trying to say that maybe you beat each game 5 times, so therefore it's 15 altogether. Which would mean, really, technically, you only went through the trilogy 5 times. Like, are we understanding what you're saying correctly? You're not exaggerating? You're like, no, not really. I get you. I mean, Mass Effect, I mean, that's a good birthday present. I mean, and it's, you know, it's a standalone game. You don't have to pay into it. You just play it. It's a lot to enjoy. You know, I get it. But man, it's a lot of time away from life and other things you could be doing too. Like I said, man, you could be earning some money to be spending in game. You know what I'm saying? Doing some odd chores.
Only about 1-3 playthroughs of the 3 games. I've only played the games 3 times in my life, but everyone enjoys a game diff.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of time dedicated for sure, huh?
Location of a Grenier chemical mixer. Use it to prepare the toxin.
I dig it.
The mixer is inside that vault. Clear out the area.
Well, see, I didn't run when I played them. I only played each one of them damn things once. But I mean, I took my time. Like, I explored, did everything there was to do, I mean, I don't think I platinumed them. I don't know, I may have. I may have platinumed one or two of them. I don't know. Either way, like, I enjoyed myself. I spent plenty of time enjoying it. It's plenty of time perfecting the look of my character. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, kudos to you, bro. But like I said, that's a lot of time away from life, too.
Machine must finish its work.
Okay. I was about to say, like, you just turned 16 not too long ago. Like, that don't sound like enough time. Because you got that for your birthday, right? Right. So, I mean, but yeah, it just seemed like the amount of time was a little off. But whatever. It's all good. Like I said, don't forget, you said you want to work on your artwork and you want to work on those story ideas to submit to DE. Like, to me, you got a lot of ambitious projects to work on too.
Same, I've never got flat on them, but on each playthrough I've done, I took a bit of a completion route doing everything.
Right on,
and
right
I
on.
Pick Diallo.
Yeah, right on there, Bandito. That's what's up. I mean, because to me, they time consuming, bro. Like, I mean, especially if you're exploring, you're trying to see what's up, you're reading all the various different things to read about the lore. I mean, I guess once you do that, your other runs could be a lot faster because you've done everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of experiencing the different power sets and the storyline.
That's a lot of hours in all 3 games.
Right. I mean, once you do it already, like I said, consecutive runs through the game could go a lot faster because, you did all the monotonous things, so you just running through it to do the whatever main missions. You may not do all the side missions, that type of stuff. Like, I guess if you just ran the main missions, it would probably go pretty quickly. But then again, like, I don't know how that affects your endings. I can't remember. Like, because some games, like, if you don't do certain side missions and this, that, and the other endings don't open up for you. I can't remember. But I don't think that really was the case with Mass Effect. I don't think side missions mattered about the endings you could go for. Well, dude, people gonna complain about something, bro. I mean, as much effort that they applied to Mass Effect and making it a worthwhile experience, yeah, some people gonna complain about a lot of shit, man. And it unnecessarily, in my opinion, but, I got you. I mean, to me, it was the total package, you know what I'm saying, that added to the experience. The decisions you made as well as the outcome.
Only real reason for me to go back to the game is to experience a female renegade shepherd. Gemma told me the voice acting was absolutely brie.
Yeah. But see, I could enjoy that watching somebody else's gameplay. But yeah, no, I mean, the voice acting was great, for sure. I mean, I ran with the male, but yeah, I mean, that's cool. Everybody see that drone, put a marker on it. I know they can't hear me, though. Where is the drone?
Those devices draw energy from bomb ballists. Make use of them.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You could, I mean, I know I put my idea out there, put yours out there, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I always put in the description submitting your ideas, and you have to put up pretty links for you to follow. But yeah, Quentin, you got a lot of good ideas, bro. Spend some time getting them down on paper and submitting them, man. Yeah, but there's some programs out there for getting the grammar good. I mean, you can proofread it yourself. I mean, that to me is the least of your worries. It's getting your concepts and your ideas flushed out well, and so that way you can shop them around, post them up on the Reddit stuff. So, like I said, I got the links up there for you, and No. You don't have to pay for any of that. No. It's just like Discord or anything else. You know what I'm saying? Just check with your parents, make sure you're cool to be on it. But like I said, there's other links to submit your ideas. Like I said, do you want to definitely submit them directly to Warframe, number one. To me, putting them out on Reddit or some of the other social media spots is just an aspect of gaining exposure to the idea, having other people support the point of it. But the main place you want to give it is to DE themselves, and I would put it up there first just to be sure nobody else tries to take credit for a point or two about them, and then go ahead, put them up on the other social platforms to get people's feedback and support. Yeah, man, you got a lot. I mean, like, you got at least 4 or 5 strong ideas that I remember you mentioning to submit. So, the weapons that the operator and the drifter could transfer to, like the alien life forms, Hayden Tenno. Yeah, you got a lot, man.
Yeah. I'm up for a scrap.
Fools! Trying to pop! It's glistening magnificence. But you just made it angry.
Engaging the enemy.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You never know. I mean, to me, I almost kind of would be kind of cool to see him kind of like just surviving through the eons in the shadows of things until the time was right for him to come up to emerge. And because Albert and Trotty had a lot to do with him, he might be chilling up in the Sanctum Anatomica, and they give a little teaser. You walk in a room in Sanctum Anatomica, and he just chilling out, feet propped up on the table, like, yeah, I've been waiting for you for a while. Some real cool shit like that. And then they give us a nice mini side quest, where we then get to have him as a playable proto frame. But, I mean, like I said, all ideas are good to go, you know what I mean? So, like I said, put them up, bro. Hopefully, they'll graft onto one of them.
But it was not enough. Not yet. Hit it again. And keep hitting it till there's nothing but a hole in the ground. I've put Nakak in charge of supply distribution until this strangeness is at an end. See what she has for you. We're all in this one together, Tenno.
This is more like it.
You have not won, maggots. You have not won!
That'd be cool. That could be possible. I mean, that's not beneath Albert and Trotty to exploit his experiments like that. That would be unfortunate that he'd have to go through that for that length of time. But yeah, that's an interesting point. Albert and Trotty, like the Orkin, the ends justify the means. So that's what they all about. But yeah, good run there. Go ahead and get something from Natcat and then close it down. Appreciate you joining through, sharing the thoughts and ideas. We'll get ourselves another one of these. Right. Right. Yeah, like I said, that was a bit much with taking them out that many times. Right. Well, I might as well get this other sigil for shits and giggles. Spend the rest of my champion points. All right. Well, enjoy. Definitely. What? Man, look here, man. Look. Enjoy life too. There's other stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And you could be making, like I said, you could be making money, ironing out those ideas, working on your drawing and your artwork to illustrate your concepts. You know what I'm saying? Studying ahead of time for some things in school, right? Well, yeah, it's a lot of things you could work on to improve your life circumstance. Because the video game will be there. You own it. It will be there. You know what I'm saying? Make those playthroughs as a reward for accomplishing other things. You know. But you know, I can't tell you what to do. But it's just my recommendation, just a suggestion. You know what I'm saying? Interesting. Very cool. Like I said, Quentin, like, you wasting time on getting these ideas submitted to DE. Bro, put them up. They ready. Well, you know, realize all them hours you spend replaying Mass Effect could be time dedicated to the dream.
All set. Service your weapons myself.
I got you. I dig it. Well, that's what DE is planning to do, and that's what your concepts will help bring into the fray of things, into the lore of Warframe. So, you know, that's good to get your inspiration, but take that time to create rather than to procrastinate. Okay? At a certain point, it becomes procrastination rather than inspiration. But, you know, everything comes in its due time. You know, but yeah, get on it. Like I said, you got a lot of good school work and to work on too. You know, you want to be progressive in that and do well with that. And again, you could be making some money. You know what I'm saying? Do a few odd chores so you can have a little extra fun in Warframe or whatever it is that you like to do. But we're going to go ahead and close it out here. And definitely everybody enjoy. It's been fun having you all involved in this and sharing your ideas and sharing in with me, you know, my thoughts to it all. Because like I said, I'm really looking forward to things and looking forward to having some more time to broadcast too when some of this new content comes out. So I'm working hard on the other end of things to free up some more time to have some more broadcasts besides just every Sunday. But I'm still committed to it, and you know, definitely you'll see me next Sunday. So yeah, I'm gonna take it to you know, the little profile screen here and do my little revolve around, show some stats, and then close it out. But yeah, thank you all again for joining me. It's been enjoyable. Been a lot of fun for sure.
As always.
Oh yeah, most definitely, Bandito. Right, yeah, things like that happen. You know what I'm saying? You can have your bloopers, these moments of amateur hour. You know what I'm saying? Camera all set, pictures falling down in the background, mic not on. Hey man, that's why it's live, live and unfiltered. So yeah, so hey, yeah, well, it is the scene. All right. So yeah, let me go ahead and close down this chat. Take care, Quentin. And let's see. Let me do that and this. Yeah. Clan. Oh, I would let this play out too, because we got another New Year's invitation. Remember, you can role play with it by changing the look of your drifter and her outfit, but you got to have it in place before the 1999 calendar resets itself. But yeah, I'll play this and then close it out. Move my camera out the way, because I like how I got my drifter's eyes set. Like I like what I got going on, and this outfit is one of the few that don't glitch through in any kind of way when you see a cinematic.
I felt the living heat of you rising like incense, like the first fires ever to warm the earth.
Eleanor, sweet Eleanor. All right, everyone. Thank you all for viewing. Take care and enjoy.
Thank you for viewing. I'll do if I can Hawaiian out.